I am Dungeon Master, your guide in the realm of Dungeons and Dragons.
All right, welcome back, everyone. I am the Dungeon Master, and this is Dragons of Starfall. We are rejoining the party immediately in the aftermath of the battle where the Wraiths finished off Tusky with a coup de grace, driving their ethereal swords into his heart and his um, body I'm going to rule has been consumed by the ethereal magics of the Wraith's sword, and it turned into black ash, and there's just the burnt outline of a elephant left on the ground. And as you guys look around, Electo is like near losing it, and I believe the players had some reactions they wanted to get out to this transpiring.
Is the are the tusks left?
Nothing is left.
Yeah, it's necrotic damage, so it's gonna do that.
Yep, just the
Shit.
outline burnt into the ground.
I'm gonna do that thing where you just drop to your knees and stay there for a while.
Is the land that's right here totally flat, or are there any like hills that are close by?
So, much like most of the Great Plains, it appears flat when you just look out over it, but there's naturally little dips and hills and all of that. There's not really what I would call like a large hill anywhere in this area, but if you walk around long enough, you can definitely find an area that is higher in elevation than the rest.
Okay, so Electo is going to walk away. He's not going to say anything. And if anyone goes to follow him, he's just going to put his hand up, like, leave me alone. And he is going to go, sit down. And he is feeling very let down. I guess the first time that he ever decided to pray for something was to pray that Tusky lived, and his attitude toward the gods right now is pretty much like, you couldn't give me this one thing that I asked for. I never asked you for anything. And this, you couldn't come through for me on this, so I think this kind of doubles down for him on not atheistic in that the gods don't exist, but kind of what you talked about, DM, that from his background in Al-Qadim that, the gods are just like us but more powerful, and it just commits him to wanting to, continue on in Tusky's memory, but he's feeling very bitter toward the powers that be at the moment.
Yeah, absolutely. Like, you can even think about it sort of like ancient Greek mythology, where entities like Hercules, who are, at the very least, half deities, demigods, and they would interact with the mortals, constantly. And the only real difference between them was that Hercules was much, much more powerful than your common man. But there were other, quote unquote mortals like Achilles, Hector, Ajax, who were not as powerful as someone like Hercules, but equally untouchable by the common man, and so therefore could be considered to be almost gods amongst men as well. In fact, it was said Achilles could only be killed by hitting him in that one spot, the Achilles heel, So it's a very um I don't like liberating kind of philosophy on the gods, that it's like, okay, yes, there are entities with this kind of reality altering power, but anyone can achieve that level of power if they, somehow work at it hard enough.
And that is definitely Electo's end goal.
So Electo left the camp.
I sure did.
Uh, I don't know what to say. Arn is kind of just like confused. That a lot of people, well, not a lot of people, I guess, just Tusky, but I mean, that was he was pretty sad when they lost Logan at first, but he was like relieved when Logan came back. He's like, oh God, never again am I gonna let somebody die. And then Tusky died in front of him. So I know he's not my elephant, but he's like, well, I didn't do my job. I told all of you that I would protect you, and I didn't do that.
A human man did die before too.
Oh, that's true. No. That's true. I forgot about Greg. Fuck, I feel bad now.
I mean, I'm not trying to downplay Tusky in any way, shape, or form. I know that he was important to you guys.
That was like 3 weeks ago for us.
Yeah, I know. You're
forgot.
like whatever.
I was like, oh shit, yeah, you're right. Greg did die. Technically, like an hour
Yeah,
ago
Logan's
or
gonna,
whatever.
Logan's
Yeah.
gonna keep that in character and laugh and just be like, yeah, Greg too, but the elephant.
I'm sorry, Greg. I don't mean to do that to you.
I mean, you did Greg right. When it
I did. I buried him. I hardly knew him. I gave him an honorable burial, and I wasn't as attached to Greg as I was to Tusky. Tusky was my friend, and Greg was kind of like, you know, a business partner.
Yeah. Well, an employee technically. Dragos
Mhm.
employed him. So
I guess we're lucky that at least he didn't come back.
yeah,
That's true.
and thinking back on it, Arn remembers that he had laid him to rest and said the burial rites, and that he felt Torm's presence as the ray of light shone down upon him as he prayed over Greg, and so it's possible that Greg's spirit found rest, and the others who had been piled into, a pyre had not.
Where's Dragos now?
He was with me. He was on the Griffin. So
We're back though.
yeah, we're back. We got there for the last
He got hit by the blast from the orb and knocked unconscious. So I don't know if I'm conscious or not.
Well, not in the immediate aftermath, of course. So as Electo's walking away, you're still unconscious. So if anyone, is going to go and offer him aid.
It's probably a bringers thing, right? Bringers.
Yeah, I'll go offer him aid.
Go and massage him or something. I don't know. I don't know what you clerics do.
I can probably just heal him.
So just so I'm fair, I wanted to make a point that Dragos had the stone the night before, right? How did it end up on the ground?
It started to
Uh,
flash. I used something to pull it out of the bag. I used a piece of cloth to pull it out to see why it was making noise. Like it was like pulsating with energy. So I pulled it out of the bag to see what was going on.
yeah,
But I
it's like
didn't touch.
vibrating. Excuse me, sorry.
And I still had to make a wisdom check to survive almost touching it.
Yeah, it was pretty bad. So I mean,
Well, the
it was
reason
kind
I
of
asked,
foolish of us to just touch it like that, though.
well, yeah, I said something about that last time about it kind of being our fault for underestimating.
Yeah.
Well, maybe
Why
Logan
I'm
can
asking is,
go ahead.
oh, I was gonna say, from Logan's perspective, does it look like Dragos just dropped the stone at our feet and then just kind of left it in the hut?
Yeah, I mean, a little bit.
Like that's
Like,
kind of how it happened, right? It was just
yeah,
left there.
I
How
mean,
you're
Which
gonna
is what
react?
I'm
it
focusing on.
wasn't like he was like, I'll just leave this right here. Like he touched it and like he got a sharp pain in the mind and like a flash and he like dropped it like the Palantir. He was like, oh God, oh what is this?
It was a hot potato.
Yeah.
So what is Are you trying to figure out how Logan reacts to all of this happening?
No, I wanted to make it clear that he has some animosity, and that's just the reason why, because the
Does he feel
stone
like
killed the,
he just touched it and he left it there, and it was
and then
because
the
of him
puppy
that
got
yeah
Yeah,
destroyed.
the puppy evaporated too.
that puppy just bit it and it freaking turned to dust. That was crazy.
That's why I didn't name him.
You're like, I'm gonna wait until you survive at least a few sessions before I name you.
Yep. Okay, so Logan's just kind of pissed that like the only person right now, because that was pretty traumatizing, even with just the wraiths striking at the walls of a
Oh yeah,
magic fortress.
yeah. For all of
So
us, we're all freaked out right now.
he-
Yeah.
yeah, the only person he is cool with is Alecto because he saved his life again. So right now, you two guys are just kind of looking suspicious. That was evil and terrible, and you guys weren't here.
Yeah, I thought we made it clear that we went back to try to deal with the bodies over there, just to try to see what we can do. I guess in the heat of things, it's not really easy to communicate. So I mean, we get back, and are you like? Do you obviously have a scowl on your face, like a
Yeah,
face
I'm
that's
just gonna
looking at
stay
us?
on my knees for now. But yeah, there's definitely like that evil glare.
So if nobody speaks up, I mean, Bringers is
Well,
tending
the stone's
to.
gone. They took it.
Oh yeah, yeah. I saw them take it and disappear. So everybody's kind of silent. Bringer's just like on his knees tending to Dragos, and yeah, Electo's walking away, and Richard is just not Richard. Sorry, Logan is also on the floor. I kind of just speak up and I say like, um, I'm sorry. Just like in general, I just kind of have my head down and I just say I'm sorry, and I don't know what I'm expecting back, but that's what
Well,
I say.
Bringers has some kind of. Is he afflicted with something right now? From the stone?
I don't know. We can ask Bringers.
Somebody
Is he
else
looking
failed to save.
different?
I failed to save.
Yeah.
Is Dragos like knocked out? Like he can't get healed and woken up?
Yeah, Dragos is unconscious right now.
But like not even healing will wake him up.
Well,
He's like
okay, so Bringers goes over there and casts healing on him. The thing is Dragos doesn't have like any apparent wounds. He's just unconscious.
I look at Bringers and I say no luck.
Something's definitely up with this one.
I walk over and I try to cast Lesser Restoration. Wait, is that a level 1 spell? 1 second.
I think it's level 2.
Dang it, I'm out of spell slots. Yeah, I can't do that.
Yeah, I guess maybe we should all just, I don't know, take a moment and take a short rest.
Well, right
Just make
now,
sure
I mean,
everybody.
yeah, we're
We'll
all
gather
spent.
around. Just gather around. Well, leave Electo. I don't want to mess with him.
Yeah. Yeah.
Stop.
Electo just kind of like walked away into the woods and he's just alone by himself.
He might have been able to save Tusky, but I probably would have died.
He decided to keep you guys alive instead of trying to help Tusky. That was a big decision
Yeah.
for him. I'm sorry, Logan, that you lost your dog.
And Electo is normally very selfish, so that is another piece of his reaction, is that he did the selfless thing and it did not work out well for him.
You're like, I knew it. This is why I don't help anybody.
All right, then maybe we should take a short rest and see if Dragos wakes up.
Yeah.
I mean, we need a long rest, don't we?
Yeah, it's probably better.
I don't know. I can't remember the time. I can't remember the time frame. We probably
It is-
did because we didn't get to before.
Well, we were long
Except
resting,
nighttime.
and then this happened. It happened like at nighttime, like
Right.
midnight or whatever. Yeah.
Yeah, we're not out too far from the main road. We could probably just stay here and rest until we figure out what we want to do. See if Dragos wakes up.
Yeah, it's. I guess I just go start to collect some wood, and we need a new fire. things are gonna be bleak tonight for all of us.
While I had this idea, while Electo is kind of by himself, I've always had this spell, but I've just never used it. But the way that the DM described the swords that, or the blades that the wraiths had, made me think of the Shadow Blade spell. So I'm headcanoning that I'm just now learning that spell, that I'm like imitating or trying to imitate the wraiths' magic with their weapons, and that's
Oh,
how
neat.
how I learn the Shadow Blade, and so I'm going to start to try to use that spell more.
Nice.
I like that spell.
No, that's good. Good flavor that you're, trying to use their techniques and imitate them with your magic. So yeah, I like that.
So yeah, I mean, I think I don't know. Everybody's silent. I think we're all just gonna do whatever we need to do to set up the camp and not talk. So, at least that's what I think we're doing.
It sounds about right.
Yeah, that's just what's
I
gonna
do
go on.
have one last third level slot if we want the tiny hut, but I don't really want to make the tiny hut after just having one and being attacked by wraiths.
Yeah, no, it will do whatever you want to
Make
do.
it, but don't let anybody in. Just keep it for yourself.
Just crawl up in my rope trick.
Yeah.
Do we still have the rope trick?
I do. It only lasts for an hour.
Oh, okay.
The hut's 8 hours.
Just quickly, DM, my damage went up on my character. I don't know how that would happen.
I do believe that I had to fix some of your damage due to your style and just correcting some of the stuff.
Okay, I'm fine with it. I just wasn't sure if I did something wrong.
No, I went through everybody's sheets and made sure that I adjusted everything so that it was correct.
Perfect. No, I'm good. Awesome.
All right, so Zima is resting, above you guys, and you guys make a fire and set up the camp. And as you are doing that, Electo is gone still Dragos is unfortunately in a near comatose state until the morning. Electo, do you come back at some point, or?
Yeah, by the time that maybe like after 30 minutes, 45 minutes, I come back, but I don't say anything.
I have to do my reforging at the end of a long rest, I believe. So I would just skip to my like the morning. I have to do that.
All right,
I don't have
so
anything else he wants to do.
so you guys had already been resting as was pointed out. If your intention is to long rest, then you can try to get some sleep and rest, but you're gonna have to roll Constitution to see whether or not you're able to rest. Also, for characters like Arn and I think Dragos or maybe Bringers, whoever has medium or heavier armor, if you're wearing your armor, then you have to make a Constitution check anyway. So you would be making this at disadvantage.
Am I still just unconscious though, so it doesn't matter?
Yes.
So I mean, I
Well,
we're gonna go ahead.
we can take as much time as it takes, though, right? Like, I think we're ready to just spend the day here waiting for the sunrise, and we don't know what we're doing, so we might as well take the chance to rest.
Yeah,
Like, if
I
you
I,
fail
I
the
agree
check,
with you.
we'll just take more time. Like, we're not ready yet.
Yeah, I think we're
Sure,
gonna do that.
but it's whether or not you're exhausted during the day.
But we're saying that we're not going to do anything during the day, anyways.
Yeah,
If
we're
we
not going
don't
to go anywhere. He
Well,
can take the
that
armor off, I guess. If he
that
wants to.
that doesn't. Well, yeah, you guys can take the armor off. Then you're not wearing your armor, of course, and also you guys might not be doing anything. That doesn't mean that nothing's going to happen.
True.
Well, let's go as close to safety as we can, somewhere near the main road or closer to, and just a safe spot.
Well,
We got to gather up all
the
the
thing about
horses, so we
being
can do
closer
that.
to the main road is that everybody who sees you encamped, will see you, and there's still banditry just because like it used to be like a good highway. Like the Caledonian Empire, it's been 500 years since it fell, so it's not like they have regular patrols.
I don't know. It's up to you guys.
Yeah. I mean, we just need to roll the Constitution checks. I don't think there's anything else we can do. I think we just roll the checks and try to rest here. And yeah, I take off my armor. I don't want to roll a disadvantage.
I don't think Electro had. I don't have to roll either, right? I don't wear anything. It's a robe.
Well, I think everybody has to roll right now because we're all.
The DM did give me special armor too for being one of the Celestial Shaw's writers, so I did have to roll.
Okay, let me roll. Hold on.
Yes, everybody has to roll for Constitution. You have to roll at disadvantage if you're wearing your armor.
Except for me, I'm unconscious.
Well, I'm gonna start swearing and kicking things because I'm not getting any rest at all. I'm shocked.
And correct, Dragos does not have to roll.
Where we got to get?
Just above a 10? Question mark.
Just above a 10.
Nice.
Okay. I got myself a disadvantage to 12.
Yeah. So I mean, how do we do?
So, Logan is not getting any rest. And therefore, he has level 1 of exhaustion when you guys all wake up in the morning.
Yeah, are we in the morning now? Did we make it to the morning?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so at dawn every day, I have to roll my Constitution check for my tattoo. That gives me exhaustion just for having it. I have to roll I have to pass 3 times in a row in order for this thing to go away. And I've already passed once,
Yep.
so I got to roll another con check. All right, that's 2 in a row. That stupid tiger cursed me. Freaking loser. So it's morning time, and I'm butt naked. So I get up and I start to put my armor on because I want it back.
Dragos. Well, you awaken. You remember you had a feverish dream of a elephant with glowing red tusks chasing you down.
Do you do the thing where you wake up and you go, like you gasp?
Yeah. Oh shit! Ah.
Oh, you're awake. How are you doing, buddy?
Not well. I've had terrible nightmares. What happened at the end? All I remember is a flash of light, and then I woke up, and then I was chased by what I assume was Tusky's vengeful spirit, which isn't great, and now I am here.
Well, when we got back, you got near the orb, and the orb pulsed. And after the orb's energy touched you, you knocked out. And now we're here.
And what happened to the orb and the wraiths?
I looked down. I don't know if I want to tell him. We don't have the orb anymore. The wraiths took it. They took it and they disappeared. And we have no idea where Cromwell is, so we have nothing currently.
Oh, shit. I'm gonna lay down for another minute here. Give me a second to think. I'll just lay back down, like flat on my back again. Like, oh Jesus.
I walk over to Electo and I put my hand on his shoulders, or on one of his shoulders, and I say, "How are you faring?"
Like nothing ever happened.
All right. Thick-skinned you are.
He nods, but he's lying.
And I smile. Well, you can't see through my armor, but I smile at you and I nod my head. And I kind of crouch down and like I get on my knees and I say, "Listen, man, like I didn't want to stay in the hut. I tried my best to help Tusky. I know this is sore, but I can't get it out of my out of my head. I thought that as long as I tried, I wouldn't lose anybody. And I mean,
Electo puts his hand up and says, "It is already forgotten. We're obviously out of our depth, so we just need to, get stronger."
perfect, because if you would have let him talk, you would have just talked your ear off for a while.
I don't know for sure that the ghost won't come back after us tonight. I don't want to be here. I want to get away from here. Dragos, can you get us away from here? Is there someone?
Well, we have horses, so we can get on the horses and
Yeah.
head back into
We
town.
still have the carriage too.
Yeah. I look at everybody and I say, "Is everybody fit to ride? Are we ready to go back to Waterdeep? I mean, Waterrun, excuse me."
Electo has a moment internally of like a second guessing of like if the horse is gonna be able to hold him because he's so used to riding something so much bigger, and then he kind of like shakes his head and then goes to get on the horse.
All right, and we ride off to Waterrun. We pack up our
If
stuff
I
and we ride off.
I'll just
Go ahead.
just reharness the horses to the carriage, and then we can just sit in. Most of it can.
Do we
got
still
6
have that
horses. It
carriage? I
should be
thought we
nothing
left it at
for
Cromwell's,
us.
the gilded one we had.
Yeah, we didn't bring it here because we were on a rush on the way out.
Yeah, I think that
So
thing's
we didn't
parked in
grab
front
the
of Cromwell's joint.
Oh, we didn't bring. Shit, I didn't know that. I thought we just parked it.
Yeah, we parked it in front of Cromwell's, and then we spread rumors, and then he left that same night when we got back. So we need to. We left in a hurry. Oh wait, it wasn't the same night. It was the night after. But
Yeah, but no, I mean we had it. We had the carriage, but we didn't load it up. Like we just took Tusky and went.
Okay, that was just my bad. I thought it was around here.
It would be at the rental property, but we left
I see.
in a rush because we had to get to the stables to get Tusky and Zima and get moving off after him.
Yeah, so we don't have a carriage, but we have a bunch of riding horses. So just pick one that you like, and we take off. Yeah, and then we head south to Waterrun.
All right, I could definitely use a bed though if we get the chance because I'm not doing good.
Yeah, I know you didn't sleep well. I can tell by your eyes, man. But we have an apartment back in the town, so we can just go head there. We can head there, rest up a little bit more, and we still have Cromwell's vault if we want to go there for some compensation, I guess. And I look at you guys. Is that the plan? Are we gonna go and take his stuff?
Well, he definitely has. He has something that's related to the stone that might give us a clue.
We still have a bunch of texts, so if we figure out how to decipher these texts or find anybody that knows anything about it, um, we might give us a lead. In the last session, you did some exposition saying that Dragos remembered something, but was that just in Dragos' head? Did we not? Like, we still don't know that Dragos um has
Yeah, that
direct.
I have knowledge about the stone, but
But
Right,
we know you now have, like, we now know that you know somebody that has knowledge of the stone.
Okay, so before we leave, I'll basically say like there's someone in my family who might have some knowledge about this, but I mean going back to Carpathia uh, to meet with to see them. Should we maybe it would be a smart time to head that way so we learn more about what we're facing before we try and find Cromwell and whatever he's up to. I have to assume we got the stone back from those wraiths.
Yeah, that's what I think.
Bringers,
I think
did you
he
have
has it.
nightmares?
I don't recall much of anything, actually.
Okay, because you did take a hit. I just want to make from that stone too, guys. I want to make sure you guys are okay.
I feel off, but I didn't have nightmares. Something's off.
So let's assume we have not left yet for Waterran. There's someone in my family who might be able to help in Carpathia, but we would have to head that direction now to get there. It would be a number of days' rides, but it would be the only lead we've had, only potential lead on what the stone is and what this language is.
You don't want to head home first?
Well, I mean, we can go back to Waterran and then head out, but I don't know what it gets us.
Logan is exhausted, and if maybe like, are we gonna have to roll
your place
context?
sounds like a warm bed.
Okay, we can go back to Waterend for the day and then decide to head out or not. That's fine. If we're going back to Waterend, I'm going to send the imp ahead to check on Cromwell's place, on our place, and to see if anything's going on with Maxius.
Well, the imp can travel pretty fast when polymorphed, and so it arrives in Waterand to find
Well,
Lord Cromwell in his home.
In his home.
Like,
he's there.
like
Wait,
healthy.
Cromwell in his home or Maxius?
Cromwell is in his home.
Oh God. What?
I'll stop. Like, hey, hold up, guys. The imp is ahead of us, and Cromwell's at his house. He's there already.
What is he doing?
What is he doing?
He appears to be doing his Lord of the Manor, thing, going through papers and setting aside, bags of coins for payments for various things, and all the lordly things that a lords.
All
So
right,
he's
I'll be
just
the
doing
one to be the
nothing.
tout.
He's just doing his job. Like,
I'm
he's
just gonna
not.
say this to be the one to.
What was that? I couldn't hear you.
No, sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
No, I couldn't hear what you said.
Yes.
What did you say you want to do?
Yeah, you're good, man. Go ahead and talk. I finished.
Back into can't go at Cromwell again, not now. And if we go back into Waterend, we may get pulled into his shit or
Yeah.
Maxius. We're
Does anyone
weak.
else
If
have
anyone
that
takes
come
a
out
shot
like
at us,
really like 3 times speed there?
Yeah, you lagged a bit, and then your voice went very fast to catch up to where you were. It was weird. So can you just repeat what you said one more time?
sorry about that. Can you guys hear me okay? Is it a little clear? Okay,
Yeah, I hear you.
all right. Yeah, like if we're really weak right now, and if somebody decides to take a shot at us, it's like we're not ready. So Cromwell may be in his home, but if we go in there the way we are, we're still wounded. He could actually resurrected.
Yeah. And Cromwell's gonna be watching for us. Like, there's no way we sneak up on him again.
Yeah, what if Arn speaks up and he says, "What if that's not Cromwell?" So just hear me out. I'm not, as adept with magic as you or Electo are, but what if that's a copy or a fake of Cromwell?
Well, what doesn't make sense to me is he ran in the first place because the town knew of his
Yeah.
deeds. So if he's there anyways, the whole town would have to forgot about his deeds.
Yeah, that's why I'm confused. Why would he go back?
Yeah. Is anything going on with Maxius? Like, is he aware of anything? Is he doing anything?
Well, you didn't tell me that the imp moved on once it found Cromwell at home.
Okay, well, I'll have the imp look around. It can't get into the vault, I assume, but has the vault been, can you tell if the vault's been open recently?
Well, yeah, the vault was open just the other day.
Okay. So,
Or
is there any
can you
other
tell if
sign-
it's been open today?
Yeah.
You can roll for perception to see if you could notice something like that, but I mean, it's pretty hard to tell if something's been open today unless there's
that's
Yeah,
it.
versus 2 days. That's fine. I'll accept that he can't figure that out. Yeah, I would like to send it back to Maxius for now, just to check on what's going on there. And then I would like it to go by our rental property to make sure no one's watching our property, and then I'll send it back to Cromwell to keep an eye on him. So I'll send it on a circuit I just want to know what's going around in the city. Like, are people waiting for us? Are we going to get jumped?
Yeah.
Yeah, so Maxius is in his palace and is doing his lordly thing.
It's almost like nothing happened, guys.
Anything going on at the rental property? Is it under surveillance or anything? Or
Yeah, so you go by the rental property and it's been looted.
Motherfucker. Well, good thing we didn't leave anything.
yeah,
It's been looted, like
So-
nothing. Like, so I assume we left like just clothes or like water skins and stuff, but like
Yeah.
everything is gone out of there.
Well, like you guys had a fancy ass carriage parked by it,
And that's not there.
and so they like took all the rims and stereo from that, and then they figured, well, if there's this fancy ass gilded carriage, then there must be gold somewhere. So they like ripped everything apart. And
man.
granted, like you said, you guys didn't have anything like, super
Valuable or whatever.
right,
Yeah.
but they saw, okay, like there was a Bentley parked outside.
Yeah. In
They
like a bad neighborhood. They were like, "Oh, we're gonna score here."
right, they
I did it.
they knew you had money hidden there somewhere. So the place is literally like dismantled.
we don't. Do I know that it's robbers, or could it have been Cromwell's men or Maxius's men?
Well, the Cromwell's men wouldn't have took our like wheels from our carriage or like peeled off the gold lacing or whatever. Like they would have just left that. Like they don't need the money. I think it's just people who wanted to make a quick buck off of us, probably.
Well, yeah, I mean, either way, it looks like a robbery. So, I mean, could it have been soldiers or guards or whatever? I mean, they're not immune to robbery, but
Hey, Dragos, you
We
should
can
have
go.
the imp fly over to the job board and see if we're wanted.
Okay, I'll do that too. I'll send the imp. That's a good idea. I'll have the imp check to see if there's any sign of anybody looking for us or any criminal warrant for us.
There couldn't be. There's no way. Cromwell would have had to go to somebody. And he
And
hasn't. He went.
he could have lied and said that we were the people, doing crazy shit.
And there's still a chance that Maxius caught the Freedom Force people and they ratted us out. So
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff going on behind the scenes that we have no
So
idea.
dump the carriage. Let's just leave it.
we can't
Yeah,
get it
yeah.
anyways. We're not
Yeah,
in water
yeah.
ram.
Yeah, we're not.
But
I mean, if we don't even want to go back to Waterland because we can't even go back to the island, it's all screwed up. So we can just go straight to Carpathia, and we could just camp on the side of the road, and hopefully you don't get exhaustion tonight. Like you can heal yourself.
Yeah, we can just ride hard, man. Let's just leave this death place behind.
Does the MC any wanted signs?
yeah, so the imp goes over to the job board, and there is a large sign, and it's calling for all of the carpenters, woodworkers, to come and help build a massive gallows in order to hang all of the members of the resistance in celebration of the Heroes Fest.
Fuck, they got everyone.
Certainly seems that way.
Oh god, guys, we have our we've we put a little pause on a lot of things in Waterland. Oh man.
I'm gonna send the. I want to send the imp back to the prison, to the dungeons, and see if they're actually full. And if I can see Big John or Big whatever his name was, Big whatever.
Yeah, Big John.
So you go to the dungeons, and they're not empty, but certainly they're not full, and there's no sign of Big John.
Hmm.
So either they're being kept somewhere else. I don't know.
Well, it's not empty though. I mean, there are obviously some freedom forces there, right? Like we've seen what they dress like and who they are.
Well, I mean, they dress like peasants, and
Yeah, that's
so
true.
there's definitely peasants in the dungeon. Yes.
Yeah.
But not enough to merit huge gallows.
No, certainly not. Like to have a huge sign calling for all of the woodworkers and carpenters, like in Waterran to come help build something. I mean, you're talking about a truly massive structure.
Yeah, so either they're being held somewhere else or he's just, you know, just trying to fake it. I don't know, man. It's very confusing, Waterran, right now. Cromwell's there. Maxius is building a giant gallows, which we kind of already knew he was going to do. Our place is ransacked. I mean, what do we... Like, we can't go into Cromwell's place and steal his stuff because he's back. And we can't go sleep at our house because that's fucked.
And
So
I don't know if we can go to Maxius either if he trusts us at all.
I don't even want to risk it at this point. He's
Yeah. Let's you guys want to just head to Carpathia now, and then we'll send people ahead when we get back. We can. By then it'll take. How long will it take to get to Carpathia from here?
Well, let's
it's pretty far, yeah. Maybe we see a world map and then we'll decide.
yeah.
Yeah.
Let's pull up the world map so that you guys can get a reference. But yeah,
It's not very far on the map, but to ride there, it's going to take a while, probably.
Yeah, I mean it was 8 days to get to the edge of Carpathia for the tower where we recovered the stone in the first place. That was 8 days.
So where does
So
Victor live that you know about?
I am from. Hold on, let me get this.
Oh, is it somebody you're related to?
Yeah, it's my sister. I'm from Castra.
Castra.
Okay,
Yeah.
I see it. Yeah, it's right there behind
Castra is the capital.
Oh, but you're from Castra, like one of the smaller kingdoms.
Yeah.
Okay. So we are currently in Waterran. Oh, it's pretty far. Yeah. Oh shit.
We'll take the road the best we can, and then we'll cut off, and we'll have a.
Actually, you're right. If we take the highway, it brings us right there to
We can follow that main road. We have to get around Al-Qadim there, but we can get back on it and follow it through New Eglia all the way to Castra pretty quickly.
Yeah, that's a good idea. The main road will help us travel a little bit faster, is what I've heard as well.
Yes.
So, all right, yeah, let's do that. Let's just let's head around the border of Al-Qadim. That way we don't have to worry about any people trying to capture Alecto, and we can continue our journey in Heberi, right there on the edge of Al-Qadim, and then get on the highway there and just take the highway all the way up to where is it at? All the way up to Benigzig, and then go north to Castra. I think that'll be the fastest way to
trail there as well, a major roadway there.
Yep. So I think that'll be the fastest way to get there.
So now there is the road to Langenberg. That road is not as fast as the Blue Road, but it's still better than just traveling over open ground. And now to contradict what I just said there, you can take the road to Langenberg and then take Langenberg through to like Sommermere or Farmingsend, and then meet up with the highway somewhere around Hamtham or Willingwell.
Whatever we think is the fastest is what we want to do.
Yeah.
Well, I'm just saying that
the
cutting straight across Al-Qadim and then cutting straight down to Heberi, like it's gonna kind of take a lot of time, and then you're still going all the way south through Millgrave and taking the long, scary road through the jungles there.
Yeah, that's fine. Then we'll go through Farmingsend So towards the Willing Well or Hamilton.
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, let's do that
El
then.
Kadim.
We'll on Google Maps we'll say avoid highways, and we'll go straight through Farmington.
Get off the highway! No, no, no! Red light cameras.
I thought you
So
said never go on the highways.
just to be clear, you'd only be cutting through, the very northern part of Al Qadim there. The only city you'd get anywhere near is Kabizid. Kabizid.
No, but I don't want to risk it. I don't want to get dragged into that. We got enough trouble already. So let's head to Langdenburg and just go from there. Whatever the fastest route to Castra is from Langdenburg, we'll take.
I'd say probably Farmington to Willingwell.
We'll do that then.
Yeah, let's do it. Initiate.
Looks like mostly grasslands and
Yeah, just some plains and a
Not
little
too
bit of
bad.
woods. So it wouldn't. I mean, shouldn't be a big deal.
Yeah. You want to avoid getting deep into the woods there. Like Lakeshore is a very dangerous place to travel to unless you're taking a boat. Let's see. You also don't want to be in like the open desert.
Yeah, fuck that place.
Yeah, and
yeah, I mean,
and the mountains, of course. The hills are, alive with the sound of music, but they're dangerous, but not anywhere near the danger of the woods or the mountains.
we'll head to the towns and we'll just get what we need from them and just keep going.
Yeah. Let's
Fuck
go.
Langenberg, we're not going to go.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we'll stop in
Langdenburg is the road.
Langenburg, get supplies. We'll stop in Langenburg, buy supplies, food, and all that, and then we'll head to Farmington and out.
Yeah, and then I guess we get to peek at what happened there because we still haven't figured out what those people were trying to do there. We can just kind of peek our head in real quick and then get out.
All right, so it's going to take you 2 days to get to Langenberg.
I'm okay with that.
So you guys need to subtract 2 rations each.
Oh yeah, we're gonna be running short on rations, so we do need to stock up in Langenberg for sure.
That's okay, we can make it.
Yeah, I have enough to make it, but we're not gonna have enough to get all the way to Castra without getting supplies.
No, it's we'll have to. I'm down to 1 round.
I'm down to 7. I have 7, so we can hunt.
I have 5 as well.
Well, what 2 gets us to
I'm
Langenburg,
trying
we'll
hunting
buy a
and
whole bunch
survival
more.
right now.
We'll resupply there, and we'll just ride from there.
Yeah. So we subtract that, and do we fast travel? Like, do we?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
So now don't forget you need to subtract rations for all of the horses as well.
I have 12 rations, so I can feed the horses. How many should I subtract?
Well, they're not your rations, they're animal rations. You would have had some on Tusky.
They can't eat grass. Everything on Tusky fucking evaporated.
No, just Tusky's
It'll
body.
just take longer, right?
Yeah.
I had to use the harnesses.
And no, they don't just eat grass.
I don't know.
Longer,
need-
we'll have to graze them. I can't bring up my carrot.
They need like grains and fruits and yeah.
I throw them a piece of jerky, and I'm like, "You want to eat this?"
Eat it, you stupid horse.
Come on,
You're not Tusky.
Tusky eats everything.
Yeah, we'll just we can go a little bit.
Yeah. But we have food. We have enough supplies to get to Langenburg to buy what we need. That's all that matters.
Yeah. I don't want to overcomplicate this. Let's just.
Yeah. Well, let's not get lost in minutia of feeding horses right now. We have enough to get there. We'll buy our supplies to get to Castra in Langenburg, and we'll just go from there.
And so now in Langenberg, you guys, first of all, it's been some time, and the heads of the leaders that they had captured are still adorning pikes,
Oof.
um, and the whole town is in a much more militaristic state than you remember it from the Heroes Festival.
The heads that
It's
are hanging
okay.
up, do they look like any of the people that we were trying to apprehend that first day? I know there was a
They
Is
lady
there a
with
pretty
red
female head?
hair. Yeah, there was a lady with like red hair. There was
there's not the lady with the red hair, but everybody else's face is kind of mushed to where it's really hard to
yeah.
tell.
Um
I'll
yeah,
send the imp down to that spot to see if there's anyone down there right now, but otherwise I don't. I'd rather focus on getting resupplied.
I do want to remind the group that I do have a bag of holding that can hold thousands of rations if need be. So
how much does a ration or one ration is what? I mean, not one ration. They come in tens, right?
They
So how much?
they they come in
one,
tens for a gold piece, but that just means that one ration is a silver piece.
Okay.
right?
Hey,
So
so if we're at like a ration stand or whatever, like a little
We
adventure.
resupplied from here before, so it should be pretty easy. But yeah, I'll buy
Yeah,
whatever I can get my hands on.
and I can hold the animals' food as well. I mean, I just can't go over 500 pounds, of course.
let's just get let's buy
We can get like 50 rations.
50 rations and 50 things of horse feed that'll to cover the whole trip.
Would horse feed cost the same as rations, DM?
Uh, no, I believe animal feed is half the price.
Okay, so it'll be total 75 gold. Do you want to handle that?
Yeah, I got it. I got it.
Okay. So we got that. We kind of dump it into the bag. And we continue. I don't want to be here any longer. Langenberg kind of gives me the creeps, to be honest.
I hate this place. It seemed cool. There's a cool party, but then everybody there was a douchebag.
They were just all drunk and like not co- cooperating with us at all.
I had such high expectations too.
I know, a fucking city of warriors, but none of these people are fucking competent. Like they all suck. So yeah, let's I assume it's like another 2-day trip to Farming Send.
Uh, yeah, so to get to Farming Send is actually going to take 3 days because Langenberg, you had some time on the road
Mm-hmm.
to travel there. Farming Send, you have to travel across the open plains. Now, as you're traveling across the open plains here, you guys are you know, exposed. And so you guys need to roll for perception.
Okay.
And I'm gonna have the imp out ahead of us scouting as well.
Hey, Logan, are you still in the game?
Still here. I'm just reloading it. Everything froze up. So
Okay, I was just
I'll
asking
just be
because
a
your character
second.
disappeared on the top. That's why.
Yeah, I should be right back in.
Perception. Let me find it. Perception. Oh yeah, I'm not good at this. Oh hey, on second thought, I'm pretty good.
There you go. I wasn't paying attention, so
And
I
I
didn't actually
would
feel
have
too
bought
bad. Yeah.
meat for Zima just to offset any hunting issues too.
Okay. So, as you guys are you know, traveling across the open plains here, you see uh in the distance a large bird flying through the sky. You can't tell, just how big it is because it's very far away, and so it could be, colossal or it could just be large.
Well, how large is its shadow?
Big.
Big, pretty big. Yeah.
Yeah, pretty big. Big enough for you guys to see, but it's so far away that it's hard to tell. But it's definitely some kind of predatory bird, and it
Does it
is.
look like?
Does it
Does it
look
look like
like?
the one that we saw chasing Ski once before? Like that kind that
No,
was trying to eat the elephant when we first
those
saw
were
him?
just big
Those are-
vultures. Yeah. I think this
Okay,
is
so it's
way
not a
bigger
big
than a
vulture.
vulture.
Some. Oh, okay.
I'll send the imp up towards it to see.
Are you sure you want to provoke it?
No, it's invisible. It can't be seen anyways.
Okay.
Can't be seen by things that can't see invisible.
It's far enough away too that the imp wouldn't necessarily. It couldn't know the imp was ours, even if it could see it.
Fair enough.
So the imp
Alright,
can
so
the
we've
imp
had a few
tell
days.
us what it is or figure it out.
What's that?
What can we?
Oh, since we've had a few.
The imp give us an idea of what we're dealing with.
Well, the imp flies closer, and it is indeed a large bird, but again, without getting close enough to where you risk, you know, being detected by some means, it's impossible to say just how big it is.
Yeah, let's not mess with it, dude. Let's just keep going.
Okay, well, I'll obviously give warning that we've seen it. There's a huge bird out there. We need to keep an eye on it.
Yeah, we can just keep looking at it like it's in the sky. So, and if it comes any closer, then we we have to react. So,
Well, since we've had a couple days, that means I would have made it myself a crossbow by now. So at least I have something range now.
ooh, I should re-roll for my thing. It's a new day. I forgot. Okay, if I pass this, I don't have to worry about it anymore. Barely, dude. Nice.
Hooray!
Cool. I just have a cool tat
Oh,
now.
I could make a new carriage if you guys want one.
Nah, we're good. We have 4 horses and a griffin.
I actually brought
Yeah.
the other horses. We have 6. I'm bringing
Yeah,
more.
we don't need. I mean, the carriage is just going to slow us down, man. We're not carrying anything. Why?
Yeah.
Why tie the horses down?
Yeah, it's just comfort, but we don't need that shit. What we need to do is ride to Castro as fast as possible. It's going to take us a long time to learn about this thing anyway, and then that's going to give Cromwell a long time to prepare for anything, so we just need to play a game of intelligence right now if we're going to try to stop him. That's all we got to do.
For comfort, I make gold every morning. So I'm just double checking that we don't need anything else, or I'm just going to make gold.
Nah, I don't think we really need anything. If we need something, I'll let you know though. Like I don't know, we don't really need to like guild anything. I just kind of want to
Well, I'm
get
making
there.
those platinum Tusky coins now. We're not calling them Arn bucks anymore.
Arm
They're going to be
bucks.
Tuskins. They'll just have
Tuskins?
Tuskies picture on them.
I like that. I'll take one from you and hold on to it.
You're just making your weird currency.
Hey, it still counts. They'll take it. You watch.
Yeah, they'll take it.
No one's going to refuse it. It's a platinum
It's
coin.
yeah,
They're beautiful.
exactly. It's just a passion project for you. You're like, I just want to make these cool coins. All right. So do we
Sorry.
arrive in Farming Send?
Yes. Now,
Okay.
farming send, as the name implies, is a farming community. They produce vast amounts of grain that is, you know, vital for the kingdom, and,
Likely.
and so it might be a small, very small community, but it is vitally important. Um, trying to think of like specific town that would be like that, and I'm drawing a blank, but it's like any number of smaller communities throughout the Midwest where you'd be surprised the amount of production that gets done in a town of less than 20,000 people. And so Farming Send is just this like hub of farming industry where there's these massive crops all leading up. Like that's the first thing you see is just rows and rows of uh, wheat and rye and corn and barley and I don't know, other grasses. And
Alfalfa.
yeah, alfalfa. Thank you. And so they grow all these massive grasses all around the community, and then as you make your way through the you know fields, eventually you spot this tiny, quaint little village nestled in the heart of all of these fields. But as tiny and quaint as the village is, there's like 3 or 5 mills and like oxen pulling carts and like this is a major operation going on here.
Yeah, this provides all the grain for New Anglia.
Not all of it, but yeah, it provides roughly 60% of the grain for New Anglia.
That's a lot. Yeah. All right. We're in the little place, and I see a person. Is there somebody that I can just like hail, like hello?
Yeah,
Some
so you see all kinds of people, but these are all like straw-hatted farming peasants wearing overalls and like every single one of them is at work. Nobody even looks up as you enter.
I I just call somebody, and do they look at me? Just at least look at me.
You're sound coming off a little desperate there.
Well,
Just look at me.
hey,
Can you
excuse
see
me.
me? Am I
Yeah.
alive? Did we die back in the Wraith encounter? No. So you guys call out, and as you call out, uh, one of the men who was having a ox pulled cart filled with bales of hay, and he was just like pulling right down the road and coming up on you, and as you shout out to him, he you know knucks the oxen, and it slows but continues pulling, and so you're walking, and it's one of those things where like he's still moving but you have a moment.
Yeah, and I flick him a gold piece, and I say, "Oh, we're obviously not from here. What do you know about a giant bird that flies in the area?"
So as you flick him the gold piece, he catches it deftly but then tosses it right back to you.
Come on, man, just keep it the fucking gold piece.
he he looks at you, and he motions to the wagon. He may look like a poor farmer, but he's got about 500 to 1,000 gold pieces worth of grain in this wagon alone.
All right, dude. If a gold piece is not worth 5 seconds of your time, then I guess you can't help me, and I keep walking.
Well, I mean, he slowed down. He's
Let's just head into the inn. We're not. Well, let's head to town. If
you
there's an inn,
you offended him by offering him money. Like if you are trying to buy something from him, he'll sell something to you. But he doesn't want your money. What do you want?
let's just go into the town and see if there's an inn.
Yeah, just show us to the inn.
Let's not waste our time with this.
Okay. Can you point us to the inn at least, dude?
He points to the town.
All right. See you later.
All right. So he knucks the oxen and they pick up the pace a little bit more, and you guys head into the town. The town, again, very small. There's not even walls around it. It's just out in the open farming, you know, families out on the
Mhm.
outskirts, and then here in the center of town, you'll find the blacksmith and um, I don't know, like cobblers and uh, other stuff like that. Just all of the industry for the town that isn't um, farming. You'll find all of that clustered around here in the town, plus a little market square and um, a I wouldn't call it a tavern, more like a dining hall eatery type of thing. But certainly they serve ale and what have you. Um,
It's a
but
truck stop.
yeah.
I look at one of the maids there, one of the handmaids or whatever, the barmaids. I slide a coin over and I say, "Can we get a pint over here?"
Well, as you look around, there are no barmaids, and instead, what you find is sort of like a what would a buffet, but like not like a buffet per se, because it's not a bunch of different dishes. Instead, it's like 5 dishes, but like massive portions of each of them laid out all across a lengthy row of tables, and like everybody just comes in and sits down and helps themselves. And on the back wall there's kegs, because they produce all of the different grains. These guys have all of the best grain alcohols, and so there's just like different kegs, like all lining the back wall.
Is there
Scott,
any?
what time of day is it?
What's that?
What day is it?
What day is it?
What time
Wyatt?
of day is it?
Oh, what time of day? Uh, it would be. Let's see. You got there. Probably early afternoon. Like nobody's really in here sitting down to eat just
Yeah,
yet.
we
All
saw a bunch of people working, so it's still midday.
Yeah, all of the food that is out here is still from breakfast. Um, but like, you know, it's not like gone bad.
It's better than fucking jerky and
Yeah.
dried bread or whatever.
So
Oh,
there
Well,
is
for
an
sure.
innkeeper.
let's spend it. I'm going to go talk to the blacksmith and find out if there's an inn where we can sleep here for the night. Because we've theoretically been on the road for quite a while. Spending a night
Oh
inside
yeah,
would be.
it's been like a week since we've slept in a bed. So
Yeah, so here in Farming Send, they don't get too many visitors. Mostly uh they haul the wheat out to places like Willingwell and Summermere, and they'll travel it, and then it goes from there to other places. Um, so in Farming Send, what you will find is like a hostel. It's basically a barn that has a stables on the bottom, and then on the top they have like converted makeshift large communal sleeping areas.
That work for everybody?
yeah,
Yeah,
better
that sounds
than
fine.
the floor. Yeah.
Okay, we'll get the bed for the night and spend the evening here, and we'll leave in the morning.
Yeah, so you guys, spend the evening. They
At the meal, we'll ask about the bird if anyone knows anything about it. We've seen it.
yes. So roll for investigation to see what your asking around leads to. All right. Well, it appears as though Dragos's normal silver tongue has been somewhat tarnished from his ordeal with the Bloodstone. He tries to talk to these people using his flowery, noble speech, and they don't react very well. But Arn, a man of the working people, manages to get them to open up a little bit. And it turns out that the bird is considered a omen of good luck for the harvest, because it only flies down from the mountains to feed off of the herbivores when they have grown fat, which is in anticipation of a good harvest.
There should be
That's
plenty of
good.
food right here and not bother riders then.
Probably, yeah. It's probably a lot of food out here for it. Well, I just wanted to ask because we saw it. Just letting you guys know that we did see the big bird on the way here from Langenberg.
All right.
Thank,
Then
thank you for
otherwise,
your time.
I'm
We're
going to
gonna
get some food.
Yeah, we're gonna eat. We're gonna go to bed and then keep going. I don't want to spend too much time in each little keep that we find, so let's just keep going. Unless anybody else wants to do anything here. Anybody else need to do anything?
No.
Yeah, we'll just the barn seems fine. We'll just keep watching. Be safe.
Yeah. All right. So I assume it's another 3 days to Willingwell, probably.
And before I forget, how many in my bag of holding? What did I? How many? 50
50
You
rations.
got 50 human and the 60 horses because we had an extra horse.
looking at 400 items.
Yeah,
Thank
so
you.
50 and 60.
You could put maybe 10, 20 pounds on the extra horse just to keep space in your bag if you.
Well, he's got a bag of holding.
Has a ton of room. Way
I
more
just
than
trying to
that.
remember the name of the rations for the animals. Feed.
And just feed.
Yeah, just feed.
I was
Oh,
gonna
there it
say
is. Feed
feed.
per day. There it is.
And then so actually to get to Willingwell, you have to cross through the forest, and that is going to take you. Let's see, that would have been about 3 days. So it's going to take you about 4 or 5 days, depending on how your trip through the forest goes.
We can bypass the forest.
What if we go north onto the road, that white road that connects Lemongboro and Willingwell, and then avoid the forest and head left there? Would that be faster?
Because of the extra travel, it's about the same time, but a lot safer.
Yeah,
We'll
let's
do
go
that
safe.
then, since it's
If
safer and the
if
same
it's the
time.
same time, yeah, there's no reason to go through the forest. Yeah, let's just do that.
All right, so you guys will arrive in Willingwell, but we're gonna take a quick 5 minute bio break, and then we'll pick up with you guys arriving in Willingwell.
Okay, great. Thank you.
Can you guys see my pointers right there?
Uh,
On the map, I
Mm.
drew a marker from Farming Sen to the road. Can you guys see that?
No.
Okay, maybe it's just on my screen then. It probably doesn't pop up on your guys's. What about that thing I wrote?
I'll check when I come back. I'm not near the keyboard.
Oh, okay. I'm just trying to see if we can like mark the map and then we can.
You
Also
can, unless he makes it so you can't do it.
Oh, I see.
The light blue lines. Yes, I see them. There's some blue lines on there. Light blue, aqua.
Okay, I accidentally closed my map.
Me too.
But but I did see your lines.
Oh, okay, so the pointer and the line, or I drew 2 lines.
Yeah, I see
Yeah, you
lines.
see
I
both lines.
see lines, pointers. Yes.
Oh, okay, cool. So the pointers do work. Nice. That way we can just like easily direct where we want to go.
And if you double click on your circle token, it'll pop the map up.
On my circle token?
Yeah, you should have a square token to the left and your name and your thing and a round one.
The map that pops up is the ancient road that we were on earlier. What's the map called? I can just search it up.
10 Canarth. The other thing too, if you want, if you click and drag the dragon on the top left, and you put it in one of your slots on the bottom, you can just press that button. It pops up automatically in the future. So if you slide that dragon head to one of the slots, then you press that number and it pops up. As well as
Oh,
you
so
can
to
also
pop
do,
up maps that I frequently use, basically.
yep.
Okay.
Or if you want to do initiative, same thing. You slide
Yeah,
that up in there.
I knew the actions worked in the hotbar, but I didn't know you could put a map in the hotbar.
Anything with a red, the dragon head. Yep.
Oh, how do I find the images? What is it called? Tanganarth what?
2021 01 31 15 42.
Okay, there's 2 maps that's why. Perfect. I'm pulling the one up right now.
All right. So, you guys arrive in Willingwell, and this is a like gateway type of community where uh, they are like a hub for Mara Castle, Limingborough, Kensing Castle, Farming Send. All of these places use Willingwell as like the central hub before, heading off to Warway or, to the south towards Lakeshore or, anything like that. So, um, Willingwell, despite being a somewhat smaller town, is actually a pretty important trading center. And so, as a result, it's got a fairly prolific market. And when you guys arrive, that's the first thing you see is people coming and going with wagons filled with goods. No wagon is empty because even if you come here to sell, you sell everything you have and then load up with all of the goods from here and bring it back to wherever you're going. So like no wagon leaves Willingwell empty.
Mm-hmm. I assume Willingwell. So Willingwell is like right next to the capital, right?
Yeah,
Warway is the capital here.
yeah. Warway is the capital.
Okay. And using the highway, we can get there like in half a day, probably, right? It's so close.
Yeah, a day or less.
Yeah. Okay. Willingwell. Do we want to do anything in Willingwell? We have rations. Anything cool catch our eye? If not, then I think we just kind of.
Yeah, we'll push on. We're gonna dump the horses in Carpathia anyways, right?
Well, we're not gonna dump them. We're gonna take them all the way to Castra, and then we'll figure out where to go from there.
Yep.
Yeah, well, I mean, these horses are valuable. We're not just gonna throw them away.
Well, I thought
Yeah, I mean,
once we reach the capital, he wouldn't. Pagos doesn't need it anymore.
Well, I mean, but we're gonna need it like to move. Like, we're not gonna be in Castra the whole time. We're gonna end up leaving. You know?
Single serving horses, they're
Yeah,
pre-wrapped. Just throw them away.
yeah. Like, we can take them back. Like, we don't just gotta
Okay,
leave them
man.
there.
I just figure we could just ride them hard and dump them in Carpathia.
That's fucked up. Just ride them until they die, and then leave them there.
We'll
It
get there
saves
faster.
You're
saves
useless
money
to
on
us.
feed.
That's fucked up. No, I can't do that. We're gonna feed the horses.
No, we'll give them to somebody. They'll be tired, but
No, let's keep pushing. Willingwell. We're here. Nothing really catches our eye. I know it's busy, but let's just kind of like, um, blend into the pile of people and catch the highway and go to Warway.
Well, I mean, by nothing really catches your eye. I mean, how hard are you looking?
No, I mean, unless somebody's like stopping me or like, like let's just kind of.
Oh, there's all kinds of people like calling out, like, fresh fish, dates, walnuts, the finest steel you've ever seen. They got painting. We have dyed cloths, silks. All of the colors that you can't get anywhere else.
they're black because we couldn't get black and water in. I checked.
Yeah, they actually do. They use charcoal dust from the mines in Carpathia. It's actually there's like a trade embargo on it, but like there's a black market, so like they got black cloth, yes.
All right, I'll just spend whatever it costs to get my hands on a few.
Well, like I said, it's kind of black market, so it's gonna be pretty expensive.
How much is a skein of it?
There we go.
Is that like one standard roll?
Yeah.
He means a bolt.
Oh, a bolt. Yeah.
Excuse me.
A bolt of it would be about 10 gold pieces.
Oh, it's not that bad. You got
Yeah,
that.
that's fine. I got it. Can I
Yeah. So
give them one of the will they take one of the platinum coins?
Yeah.
yeah, money's money, man.
And
And you know, I know it's not that much for you, you know, money bags adventurers, but that's pretty pricey for cloth.
Yeah, I understand. It's a lot of money for somebody's that's like somebody's monthly pay.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, but we got that. All we got to do is find another weird evil castle to steal all the gold from again, and we're good.
Yeah, yeah.
it's the only thing that makes Logan smile this whole trip is giving people one of them Tuscan coin.
Yeah, man, you're spreading out the currency, and then one day you're gonna be in I don't know, Fred Jesselmer, and you're gonna see a Tusky coin there, and you're like, oh shit, it's made it all the way here.
Yeah, exactly.
So is anybody else looking for, you know, anything or
I spent all my money in Waterrand the other day getting this tattoo, so I'm actually in debt to Dragos, so I don't have any money to spend, so I'm good.
I say we can look. You want to look real quick for spell scrolls, and otherwise get moving.
Yeah, this place is probably probably has a shop that has that. It's pretty big here.
That's a good idea.
Is there a scroll shop anywhere that's advertised?
all right, roll for investigation.
All right, everybody, just try.
I'll,
Oh, I found the best place. It's a 20, but it's -1, so it's not as cool.
It's not quite as cool, yeah.
Dang it.
So everybody
21 though.
everybody here is what you discover. Arn, you do not find any scrolls. What you do find, however, is somebody who is selling potions.
Oh,
There's a couple different ones. Uh, he has potions of enlarge, potions of healing, and then he has a very special potion that he claims will give sight back to the blind and help the crippled to walk, and you know, yada yada yada.
does this guy look like a reputable dealer?
Yeah, no, he looks legit as hell.
So this is this potion that you're speaking of. How much would it cost, my fine sir?
Okay, so all of the healing potions are whatever price they say they are, like 100 gold pieces or whatever. The potions of enlarge are 500 gold pieces, and he calls it the potion of restoration, and that is 1,000 gold pieces.
Well, thank you for showing me your inventory, but I don't currently have enough money to spend on these. But
Well, then
it's
what are
just
you wasting my time for? Get out of here.
yeah, I'll buy one enlarged for Arn. I'll do the one enlarged.
I'm out of money. You still got money, dude? You're fucking money pockets over here. Let's do let's
I have money too.
Mr. Moneybags.
All right. So next up, we've got Logan. Logan, you find a guy who is selling weapons from the exotic Far East, and he has a set of throwing stars, but these are not just any throwing stars. These are magical returning throwing stars that automatically reappear in your hands after striking their targets.
Oh man, that is so cool. That is so tempting. Anything that returns is awesome.
Yes. Yes,
So
it
it's like a
is.
ranged weapon that he can teleports back to his fingers after he throws
Yep.
it. Is it like a kunai? Or are they throwing stars?
They're throwing stars.
Okay.
Okay, I'm gonna see if I can. I don't have any persuasion at all. Hope you
How much are they?
I have
Uh,
gold. Don't worry.
they're 1,500.
Whoa.
I can have that.
So what would it
Can
be
I
stat wise?
haggle him down a little bit?
What's that?
Can I haggle him down?
You can try.
Persuasion?
Yes, sir.
Stat wise, would it be like a
I
dagger or
can
would it
give
be
him
a
1,000.
D6?
You can knock him down to 1,000. I
It,
got it.
it's like a throwing dagger, yeah.
Okay, so you have a dagger that you can throw at range, but it comes back to you, which is pretty awesome. And it's
Uh,
So I rolled a 20 on it.
yeah. So you managed to talk him down to 1250.
pretty
All
good.
right, I'll give you. I think I have 970, around 950. That's how much gold I have.
So he needs 300.
Right,
I'll,
math.
I'll cover 1,000. You cover the rest, and that way you're got some money left.
Well, I make money. It just takes time.
Yeah, that's fine.
You'll have some left.
He'll cover 1,000. So you subtract 250, and then there you go.
Yeah, remember this dude is made of money. His family is rich.
All right, I'm not going to refuse Dragos, but I
Yeah,
feel like
if he's offering to buy, like when you're at a restaurant with like your friend who makes a lot more money than you, and they're just like, "I got this," you never argue. You're like, "Okay, sure." Or normally you go like, "Are you sure?" You play that game. But
okay. So I'll give him 250 in the husking points
Yep.
because that was the difference, right?
yeah, that
A-
was the difference.
And so I'll get this added to your sheet, but it's a +1 returning throwing stars is what they are.
Logan's
And
trying not to be excited just because of the mood, but he's very excited because things that come back are awesome.
yeah. And Electo, you find some turtle wax for your head. No,
Great.
what you do find is a spell book. It doesn't have any spells in it, but instead, what it is a spell book of versatility, and so you can have one more spell of each um, level, each spell level prepared, and choose between them when casting. So instead of, for instance, you have, let's say, 5 first level spell slots. I don't know exactly how many you have. Instead of only being able to choose, 3 magic missiles and 2 expeditious retreats, you can choose an extra spell to prepare, and then you just choose, like, okay, I can cast this instead of that. It's like a flex slot.
That's
That's
just like
kind of cool.
how much is
So
that?
how much?
Oh,
Yeah, I was
how
saying,
much though?
would it be?
That is 2,500 gold pieces.
Yeesh.
Ouch.
I'll try and haggle him down again.
Go ahead.
That's a lot of coin.
20 again.
Yeah, he he says 2,500.
Well,
I mean, I have 1,000. I don't know if do you think we need it, or is it just kind of cool?
it's up to you. I mean,
You do need
it's
paper,
it's
but not
we don't
not
buy
I
for
can
it.
a
go
book.
the,
Well,
I can go the 15 if you can go the 1,000.
Yep, I can. I will be having Logan probably make me some more money because I'll have 99 gold at that point, but that will still work for me. So let's do it.
Okay.
All right. And then bringers, you find a do you use a hammer? What's your melee weapon?
Well, I use a mace.
Mace? Okay. You find a mace of turning. Uh Once per day you can activate a turn undead as if you had used your channel divinity power through the mace. And the next attack against an undead, deals an extra 2d8 damage. It's also a +1 mace.
So I ask, what's he getting for that?
He's getting 1,500.
I think I'm good.
I can give you how much gold do you have on it?
I don't know if this is correct, but I look like I have 20 gold, so I'm good. Yeah, I mean
When,
that would require. I mean that +1 and all that stuff would require me being in melee, and I like to hide behind big people.
yeah, true.
Yeah, you're like, I don't want to hit anything. So,
Sure, I can cover it, but
Yeah, I don't think it'd be the most optimal thing for me.
seems pretty awesome. But if you don't want it,
I
Could
made a pretty cool hammer for Arn.
would you
That
mind?
one.
I'm carrying a ton of weapons at this point. Nah, it's cool. I mean, the mace, it's cool, but I already have way too many things that I'm attuned to, so I don't have any more room.
okay. So we can head on then.
Mace is something that you're tuned to, right?
Yeah, the weapons you have to attune to, and I don't have enough any more room for anything else. I would have to switch something out that I already have. I have a +1 shield, and I have 2 swords, and those are my 3 attune slots right now.
+1 shields are tunable. I didn't think
Oh, do I
armor
not
was.
attune to that? Oh,
No, no, not at all.
okay. So I just have 2 swords. I guess I do have another slot, but I don't know. I'll save it. I don't really want to
Yeah, I
waste
would
it
have
away.
preferred. For me, it would have been more of a shield plus or something like that. But
Okay.
Yeah.
So if everyone's good, we can head out then.
So, as you guys, have seen, Warway is just a hop, skip, and a jump down the road from Willingwell here. And you can actually make it there uh, by sunrise of the next day if you ride through the night.
No, we might as well just stay in Willingwell, and then we'll push through and blow through Warway. There's no reason we don't need to go overnight for any reason.
Okay. So, staying in Willingwell is a lot nicer than Farming Send, and there is an inn for you to actually sleep and wash up in. And it's not, much. It's like the equivalent of a Hotel 8 or whatever. It's not some five-star, inn or anything like that, but um, it it has the amenities that you need for getting clean, and it's nice. And so you guys get a good night's rest in Willingwell and set out the next day. If you ride, in the morning, you make it to Warway by supper time.
That's fine. We can just do that and then uh, eat supper. So basically, it's a full day ride there.
Yeah.
Wait, fine. We'll then spend the night in Warway and then head out the next morning.
Yeah, so as you stop in at Warway, the first thing that you see is that this is a massive castle town, and what that means is that it was built as a fortress castle first, and then the town was built up around it, and so there's rings of walls as the town was expanded upon bit by bit, and the west facing part of the town is all fortified ramparts and uh, towers armed with ballista and soldiers, and it's a very militaristic uh, setup. And furthermore, the town of Warway itself is like a strike point to where the main avenue leads straight to the front gate, so that the army can gather in the plaza and then march straight out the gates, uh, towards the enemies, which the enemies are always towards the west for New Anglia. And um, the whole city is adorned in banners and pennants marking the various uh, military branches and legions and the king, of course. His emblem is prominent everywhere, and so you just get this feeling from the second you enter that you're in like a military base.
This place means business. It's ready to strike. Okay. We enter Warway. It's dinner time. Uh, we pay for an inn and we just sleep and we're gonna keep going.
Yep.
So Warway is uh, not like a lot of other places. They want to see all of your paperwork as far as registration with whatever adventurers guild. And so you're registered with the border kingdoms but not with Nueglia as adventurers.
Well, we're not adventuring in New Anglia. We're just passing by.
Well, as if there's a difference with you adventurers.
Sir, we're just trying to find an inn to sleep.
Yeah, well, if you want to do that, you're going to have to pay your fair share. I mean,
How much?
look, we've had adventurers pass through here and, they were like, oh, yeah, we just need to rest for the night. And then they, like, quickly rested and ran off because they were being followed by a damn wyvern.
What is the money you need to let us get through this gate?
Well, okay, so you're going to have to register with the Adventurers Guild, which we can forgo the fine for being unregistered adventurers and get you the paperwork, but we're going to need the full registration fees, which is 500 gold pieces each.
Yeah, we can sleep outside.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we're gonna
I'll,
go.
I'll
We'll
rest.
pass on this then. We're not gonna spend that money on that.
Well, then you're under arrest for being unregistered adventurers, and we're going to fine you.
dude. We're not adventurers though.
You look like adventurers.
You look like a bitch.
That's racist.
Here, let's
Um,
ride.
Dude, we're just riding by. We have horses. We're not doing
yeah,
anything.
we'll go around the town. We're not stopping here. We'll just keep moving.
Okay,
Yeah, we
yeah, you would be aware of Warway's militaristic, very
Yeah, we don't want to soldier foot.
regimented. Like you'd be aware of that before stopping there.
I
That
guess Dragos would be like, "Hey, let's not go there. They're
Yeah,
gonna."
if I had known it was gonna be that, like, I would have told us to skip it and ride wide of it.
Can we Can we ride past it and just kind of go a little extra hard in the night and get to Bizadra,
well,
or whatever?
Bizedzar, but Warway actually like blocks the road. Like the fortress, it's basically a toll on the road.
I see. Okay, well, I guess we just got to go a wide,
Yeah, we'll go wide north of it and pass over somewhere where the river's shallow enough to get across.
All right. Well, that's actually going to take a survival check to find somewhere to
I'll
cross
do
the
it.
river.
I'll see if we can find the route.
Go for it, man.
Aha, there we go.
All right. So Logan, scouting ahead, finds a natural ford in the river, and you guys manage to cross, and you make your way around Warway. However, that is when you spot
Yeah, it's about time that we get stopped. It's been too easy lately.
I feel bad for anybody that's gonna mess with it.
a group of Nueglian knights leading a man in chains through the open fields towards Warway.
Is he crazy locked up like they have him there?
Yeah.
He's in like a full body like prison thing.
It's,
Like,
Yes.
well,
it's a wizard.
yeah, they got his arms tied so he can't cast anything probably.
Yeah, and his mouth locked shut.
Well, we're not gonna fuck with anything. I don't know.
No, well,
Good work. Good work, Sir Knights. Good work.
yeah, we'll give them a wide berth and salute them as they go by, but we're not
Yeah,
messing with them.
these dudes are elite knights that captured a fucking wizard, so we're not gonna fuck with them.
They look at you as you pass by and then continue on.
I mean, it sucks that we're just kind of skipping these wild things that go on, but like,
I don't want to
listen,
fight those guys.
yeah. Who knows this guy? This guy's could be. We're gonna, for all we know, we're gonna release another necromancer on the planet, and it's just
Yeah,
gonna
we
be
are.
all bad.
I'm just gonna grovel and kneel as they go by.
Oh, good one, man.
Yeah, no, they
Bow.
buy it that you are respecting their elite knighthood. And indeed, Dragos, why don't you go ahead and Electo, you might as well. Both of you should roll history checks in order to see what you know about these guys.
'18's pretty good. Electro probably has a good history with his intelligence. Let's see if he can get something good.
One second. My thing's like glitching. One second.
Whatever, we can just go with the 18.
Yeah, that's fine. Uh, Electo and Dragos, you guys both know that these knights are somewhat new. They are part of a religion that worships a new god known as the Lady of Light. Um, this god is not one of the ancient revered gods, but rather some new god that a large group of Nueglians is going on about, and they preach cleansing, purity through cleansing, and that anyone who practices magic is in league with demons, that all magic comes from demons. And so these guys have like holy artifacts and relics that allow them to go around mage busting.
Yikes.
Leave them to it.
That's what we should have been doing, not getting involved in politics.
All right. Yeah. Well, but that puts us across the border into Carpathia, I assume.
Yeah. Well, once you get past these nights, then pretty soon you hit the border of Carpathia, and it's kind of like reverse Wizard of Oz, where when you enter Carpathia, like all of a sudden a gray cloud passes over the sun, and everything is just kind of foggy and rainy and dark.
It's good to be home.
Yeah, this is the Carpathia that you remember, from childhood.
We were recently in Carpathia, right? When we went to the Dreadfort.
Yeah.
Cartoon.
We're at the far edge of it. Yeah.
Yeah, but like we were like near Mapan, probably in those hills.
Yes.
Okay, I'm just trying to get a ground, like a understanding of where we are. So we're right here. Okay, let's keep going. I mean, where can we ride to Bizadzar?
Yes.
Let's do it.
All right. So, Bizadzar is a border kingdom, a border castle, and so they, uh, like Warway, have to be constantly prepared for invasion and war. So they are highly militaristic as well, but with a more uh, uh, they're very poor. So the town defenses are not the massive stone walls and everything of
Warway,
of Warway. It's poor dirt ramparts and wooden palisades.
like trenches and
Yep.
shit. Yeah,
Yep.
Wooden stakes. No
yeah.
offense.
It's like, well, this I go. Looks like well, we've beat you guys on the war front, huh?
I'll shush you and wave to them. Countrymen, it's good to be back home. But I'm the son of Baron. What the hell was my Baron Kojakuru. I need to get across as quickly as possible.
Boo!
Oh fuck, dude.
Perfect. That's what I needed to hear. What has happened since I've left? It's been a long time since I've been home. What's happened?
Oh, the Baron is a worthless. He squandered all the town's money, and the people are starving, and yeah, he's gonna be deposed soon.
Dang, you guys just let them speak out like that? It's a free place here.
Screw that guy. He's just the Baron of Kastra. He's not even the leader of this province.
Oh,
He's
who leads the
replaced.
province? I thought Kostra was the leader of the province.
Well, we had a leader 30 years ago before Lord Kajakuru had that falling out with Maxius, and so Maxius left us, for the border kingdoms in Waterran there, and so now instead of having an overall what is it, Baron or Duke or whatever, the guy who like runs this mini kingdom, now everybody's just kind of like the Duke of their own towns, and it's all Kujikaru's fault.
Is that true, Dragos? Did your family ruin some things here?
We had a falling out with Maxius a long time ago, but we were wealthy when I left. I don't understand how we could have fallen on such hard times so quickly. We need to press to get back. Let's keep riding.
Yeah, get out of here. eat some rotten tomatoes.
Can I smack one of the dudes
Yeah, absolutely.
with my big iron gauntlet? I fucking smack one of them, and we just keep going.
Yeah, you put them down, and the peasants like all back up, but like they're all like standing around with their clubs and pots and pans, and they're like, yeah, you guys still suck.
It's okay.
Let's keep on the move. I want to know what's happening at home.
All right, so next up is Binogzig, and you get the same warm welcome.
Dang, this place is not happy about about anything.
And in fact, in this town, you get a little boy who comes up to you, and at first you think that like he's like begging for change or something like that. Uh, but then he kicks you right in the shins.
This is not a good sign. Um,
Yeah.
I can't understand how my family's fallen on such hard times. Let's obviously we have to sleep somewhere, but let's not sleep in a town. I don't think it'll be safe for us as much as I'm currently hated. We'll have to sleep on the countryside and then finish to Castro in the morning.
Yeah, I thought you would have more status around here, Dragos. To be honest.
We did when I left, so I don't know what's happened.
Oh man.
All right, so as um, you guys are making camp, you suddenly get a group of men on horses riding around, whooping and hollering at you.
Do they look very well armed, or they're just kind of peasants with clubs and shit?
They're just kind of peasants with clubs and shit.
I say, you do not want to challenge us. Just step back. We will not enter your town again.
I'm gonna pull my crossbow.
Countrymen, I don't understand how things have fallen on such hard times, but please accept this on behalf of my family for our failure in leadership. And I give them each 5 gold pieces. Offer them each 5 gold pieces.
Yo, that's big money here, probably.
Yeah. So offering them gold pieces to go away, they do in fact go away. But before they do, they toss a couple torches at your tents.
We have the tiny hut anyways. It wouldn't do anything.
Oh well, they still toss them at it.
It just bounces off. Dunk.
I'm gonna shoot this guy. They better ride. They're riding, right?
Yeah, they're riding.
they're
Yeah, let's not just shoot these guys. It wouldn't.
yeah,
That wouldn't.
they're my countrymen. How far are we from Castro?
About a day and a half, a day.
So
No,
we'll
no,
spend
no.
the night.
It's more like 2 days.
Okay, well, we'll spend the night. We'll just use the Lehman's the tiny hut, and have the imp keep guard, and then push on right hard to get as close as we can. I do want to stop one more time outside Castro and send the imp ahead to see what's going on. I don't understand why my family's in disarray like this.
All right. So sending the imp ahead, you discover your family home is actually currently besieged by the army of your next door neighbors. Um, the next city over has their armies camped outside of the town, and your father has his men pulled back into the city in a defensive position.
So Shold right there next, like to the left of them.
Yeah.
So they're trying to make a power play on Castro right now.
Yes.
How many people are in this army?
About 1,000 for Kastra and about 1,500 for Shold.
So
Is
before
there
we
a
get
way we
any further, I
into
want to
this?
ask Dragos, what's your relation with your father? How do you feel about this? Because this is going to determine how we approach the situation. Do you
I,
would he accept you by his side, or I don't know.
I've always wanted, like, out of game, I would say that, like, it's always been his thing to be accepted by the family to win them over and to rub it in their face. But so I'm very clearly very upset. Like, I would I know any way to get into the city unseen, any special route that I could use to get us in there without being noticed?
So Carpathia does not have the sewer systems that some of these other places like Waterran and all of that do, but there is a cave up in the hills there that leads underneath the city, and you could dig your way up into the city if you can find the right point.
We're not gonna
Yeah,
even
yeah.
that not. So is there can using the imp can I scout a way into this place?
So yeah, there's walls and gates, and so you could approach, the gates from the north because the army is encamped encircling most of the south and west. And so if you approach from the north, you can try and get in through the north gate if they'll let you in.
All right, let's ride around to the north gate and try that.
Yeah, so they're occupying the gate, uh like the south gate is what I'm assuming on the road there.
Yeah, they're not right at the gate attacking it though. They're just kind of camped.
Okay, got it. They're just trying to.
You
Great.
Dragos, why don't you go talk to them? Why don't we
Well,
talk to them?
I'm gonna send you guys around to the gate. Um, I'm gonna use Zima to fly over this and get into this city and find my family, and I will inform them that you're at the gate and need to be let in.
Roll for perception.
Can I roll? Because I was hoping to find some other way
Sure.
right up to the gate.
Oof.
I'm looking for like a leader or something that would mark the leaders of these two.
Theoretically, I should know all this. I should know all the ranks and everything there.
Oh yeah.
If you want to find somebody, just ask me. I would know what to look for.
Yeah, 22.
So you don't see it, Dragos. But Zima refuses to fly up into the air, and finally you're like, stupid bird, like why won't you fly? And that's when you look up and see that these guys are actually using various aerial mounts as well, and one of them continuously flies by on his dread manticore mount.
Okay, we'll just try the north gate.
All right.
We'll just talk to somebody.
So, you guys, Logan, as you're watching for ways to get in and all of that, you see that the north gate is indeed not being watched as hard, and there's a guard tower. One of the guards has fallen asleep, and he left his ladder down, so you guys can actually climb up onto the wall by this guard who's fallen asleep.
Okay, so we'll get into the city that way.
All right, everybody roll for stealth.
But hold up. A
Well,
guard.
I don't understand why I'd have to sneak it.
You guys
Yeah.
don't have to sneak in. You guys were just Logan wanted to look for different ways to get in. That's what he found.
Yeah, we don't have to go the gate. I don't know. I don't understand.
I would
Anyway,
just go to the gate.
Right.
Yeah, I don't understand. This is, I don't know.
Hold up. Let's all take a chill pill real quick. Well, I think we're kind of confused. So we don't really need to like sneak into Castro. We just need to go
Yeah, I
around
just
to the
need to
north
get to a gate
gate
where I can talk to somebody.
and walk in. Yeah, like his dad owns this place, so we can just walk to the north. Like I mean, I know you were trying to find a way to sneak in through the south, but we could just go around the north, Logan, and just
I don't
walk
know why
in.
we just don't talk to the guys out here. I mean, what do they
You're
want?
my enemy. Oh, you'll turn me into a hostage.
But we're going to go into a castle that's about to be sieged, and I'd rather be on the outside of that castle than on the inside of that castle.
My family is inside there. I have to go in.
All right, then let's do it. We'll just
I mean, like,
break the
what's your plan?
odds and
If we
run.
stay outside, I'm sorry. What's your plan? Like, if we go outside, you can't tell them I'm their son. I'll become a hostage. Like, what's the plan?
I'm just thinking you could talk to them. I mean, why would they take you as a hostage? Maybe you can.
I'm the son of their
Maybe
enemy.
Maybe they just want your dad.
And they'll use him to get his father. I don't understand what we're gonna do. We're not gonna
Well, they're
convince
not.
them like, hey, can you guys just like
No,
not
I just
attack
don't know
us?
why they're not our enemies right now, right? Other than
They're
the
the
fact that
enemy of
I
our
am.
family. Like even if they're not
yeah,
our
but
enemy, like I don't think Dragos is gonna be okay with us just like letting his family's home be destroyed and just taken over.
I just negotiate them out. Maybe get that.
I think we need to go inside and see what's going on
I'll
first.
follow you
And
guys if we're going. We'll just go for the gate and hope they let us
yeah,
in.
Yeah, let's go to the north gate, and I can talk our way in.
All right. So as you go to the north gate, one of the guards is asleep, but the other tower, you hail him, and he wants to know, who you are and what you want as he points a crossbow at you.
I'm Dragos Korjakuru, son of the Baron, returned from my adventures out east. Let us in quickly, please.
All right. So roll for persuasion. This guard was hired after you left.
he's like, I don't believe you, dude. Yeah.
All right. So he is like, what? You're the bastard son? I mean, not really, but And he's like, all right, well, hold on. And he sends someone to go find out if he should let you in.
What a warm welcoming for you,
I
Dragos.
guess you're right. You're not. You're right. You're not the line.
No, I'm way off on that, but
And then after some time of waiting, finally the messenger boy comes back and uh, the guard calls down, "What do you want?"
I want to speak to my family. You have to just let me in.
All right, and then he like says something else to the messenger, and the messenger goes and runs off again. And you guys end up waiting a while longer, and the messenger says something to the guard, and the guard says, "About what?"
Oh fuck! Can we just open the gate? I just say.
Yeah,
I'm gonna
come
go
on,
up
man.
the
The
wall.
Baron.
This is not. What is this? Like, I just want to speak to my family. I want to see if I can help, or at least find out what's going on. What's happened to my father? Why is
How do
everything?
we know you're not a spy?
I
You
looked
have a
up the sword.
citizenship.
I carry the sword of my family. Let us in.
Yeah, but how do we know you haven't betrayed your family? How do we know you're not in league with the Sholdians here to like take over?
Just let me in. I'm the son of the Baron. I'm loyal to my family and loyal to this city. I will have you hung and torn in half if you don't open this gate once I'm inside.
All right, so with that, the gate opens, and then standing there inside the gate is the grizzled old captain of the guard. a man who was extremely loyal to um, your father's ex-wife and her family, and has never approved of your mother and what has happened since then. You grew up with this man's disapproving glare, and seeing him standing there is no surprise.
So this dude was not letting you in because he's an asshole.
So it would seem. A pleasure to see you again. I'm headed to the fortress to see my father.
He just grunts at you and
Wake up the guards. They're asleep. You're terrible at your job. We should have you beaten for that.
I'm gonna get between Dragos and him too, as if to like push him with my body, like we're his bodyguards.
Okay. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. And with that, he kind of like absent-mindedly reaches down towards the hilt of his sword, but like, you know, controls himself and goes to severely reprimand the man who has just made him look bad.
Yeah, even though this guy doesn't like you, he can't fucking speak out against you, right? Like,
Yeah,
Yeah, no.
he would just be like, "Yes, my lord," or whatever.
Yeah, I mean, he's got some leeway to like not be the nicest to him, but he doesn't get to just
That's the extent of his power. He could
right,
just be mean to you. Yeah, but whatever.
exactly. He can't disobey him or anything like that.
Yeah, so let's walk up to the main castle. What is
And
your what does your place look like, Dragos? Is it as beaten down as the rest of this place, or is it pretty nice?
It was very nice. I imagine now it's quite dreary, but it was attractive in sort of an old Europe sort of way before I left. I don't know what's happened since then.
So how long have you been gone on your travels?
I'd say a couple of years at least.
Oh, okay, you've been gone for a while now. Okay.
yeah, at least 5, upwards of 10. So, somewhere in that range.
Yeah, I'd say about 5 years or so.
Yeah, and indeed, there was sort of a Hungarian kind of vibe to everything, and it was not bad. Austrian, and it was not bad, but that's when it was peaceful and money was plentiful. Now, with money stretched and the drums of war sounding outside their doors, uh, everything just feels inadequate and small. The castle feels almost cramped, like a tomb rather than a fortress, and all of the you know antique charm of the draperies and everything now just feels old fashioned and
Dirty.
dirty and from a different time period, and so
It
as a
looks like this
result.
place needs a new leader, Dragos. This place is kind of
Yeah,
gone
as a
too.
result,
Still has the store there.
everybody around here is like, you know, uh, just downtrodden almost. Like the servants go about their chores as if under heavy yokes, and the dust and debris has built up, more so than usual. So the spider webs just add to the general ambiance of despair and dreariness, and um this place has been transformed from some you know uh what's that, southern Germany, Austrian
Bavarian.
Bavarian. Thank you. It's been transformed from some Bavarian castle getaway to like a Transylvanian, nightmare, kind
Like
of.
haunted mansion kind of place.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
So we arrive at the main house, and does somebody come out to meet Dragos?
No, whereas normally a footman or a bellboy or somebody would come and see to your gear, or a stable masters would come to your horse. Everybody just kind of like doesn't even look up, just goes about their business, just walking around like zombies.
Well, if Dragos has his sword out, I'm going to cast light on it so he can really make an impression.
So
Sorry, go ahead.
I'm going to go right into the main. What time of day is it?
It's like late afternoon, not like well, like 3 o'clock.
We can go right into the main hall, and I'm going to go straight to looking for my father.
As you approach the main hall, two guards stand in front of the door, and the doors are closed.
I am Dragos Kojakuru. I am here to see my father. Open the doors.
Your father is busy, my lord.
Well, I can still go inside and wait for him. I'm not standing out here. I'm not a peasant.
Uh, it, it, uh, they seem to be fumbling with what to do because they were ordered not to let anyone in under any circumstances, and yet you're giving them these direct orders, and so they like go to like discuss amongst themselves what to do.
You're like, you guys need to fucking let me in, or I'm gonna hang you. Not what you say, but that's what I'm.
Let me in because I'm going to see my family. I'm going to speak to my mother and my father. And if you don't let me in, I'm going to have you killed once I get inside. Because sooner or later, I'm getting in this room.
They like go ahead and roll for intimidate.
Nobody wants to let you see your parents, dude. Something's going on.
All right, so finally they open the door, and that is when you see why your father ordered nobody to enter. He has his entire war council, and the main hall, whereas once it was a dining table, it is now a giant replica map of the castle and area with figurines representing all of the units and you know the battle, and they're just going over strategy.
Father, it is I, Dragos, your son. I've returned. What has happened? How is it? What has happened to our city?
My boy, come. And he embraces you as you approach, and he shows you the map, and he begins poring over all of the details of what's going on. And like he's just describing the battle though, and his plans for the battle. He's not telling you what's happened. He's telling you how the battle's going to go down and what his plans are.
Um, I, how did we end up with an enemy army outside our gates, though? What? How has it come to this?
Oh, my boy. You see, after Maxius left, we were severely short on funds. I managed to fake, you know, what we were doing by taking out loans, but it appears now the debt collectors have come for their due.
Um,
It's over money. You owe them money.
it's how much money are you in debt, Father?
Oh, I Just a few gold.
How, what does that mean?
Well, so your family, your father often calls, upwards of 10,000 gold a few gold.
So I would have an idea that's probably upwards of 20,000.
Uh, Armies typically do not motivate for less than, like 500 gold each, and that doesn't include the cost of marshaling the army. So it's at least 5,000 gold, but it could be more than that.
Okay, so I'm gonna say, can we at least provide some food and wine for my compatriots who have traveled with me? I'm going to speak to Mother, um, and I need to speak to Angelica if possible, if she's here, and I'll be back to help in any way I can. But I need to figure out what's going on.
Oh, yes, yes. Angelica and your mother are in the observatory tower, and they've been locked up there for some time.
Okay. So I'm going to ask that like I have the servants or someone take the rest of the group to get food and wine, so I can go speak to my and my sister.
Are you sure you don't want one of us to go with you? You're fine. I mean, I know we're inside.
Yeah, I should be fine here.
Okay.
And he motions for one of the servants to go and see to your needs, and um, you go to the tower. It is a long climb up the stairs, and at the very top is a door that is barred from the inside.
I'm not. Mother, it's me, Dragos. I've returned.
She comes and flings the door open. Oh, I'm so glad to see you. And she hugs you, and you see your sister, and a strange scene. They're sitting in the empty observatory room with no furniture. There's chalk lines on the floor, and they're just sitting on the floor with these strange markings.
Uh, so, Mother, what has happened here? What's happened since I've left?
Oh, your father's gone and made a mess of everything, but don't worry. That is why we prepared long ago and had you and your sister here. Now is the time for you to fulfill your destinies.
What do you mean? What are you talking about?
All will be revealed, my child. Here. And she gives each of you a pendant. Yours has sharp, pointy runes on it, and hers has smooth, round, curly symbols.
What are these for? Just explain to me what's going on. I don't understand, Mother.
It's these will keep you safe in the trials to come.
Where furniture? What is that? Give me more of an answer than that. I don't understand what's happening.
Oh, my boy, you must trust me. You and your sister were born for great things, and now, finally, the time has come. And Angelica, the time has come.
I saw Angelica. Can you explain to me what's going on?
She doesn't say a word. She had repeated in a weird echoey voice, "The time has come," but has been silent ever since then. And your mother says, "Oh, uh, yes, your sister doesn't talk much." And so in this creepy scene, you get a very unsettling feeling that there is a lot more going on. However, the next morning, uh, another army, this one from Kiz, has joined the army that has already camped out, and now you guys are outnumbered 3.5 to 1, and the soldiers of Kiz are renowned warriors. So not only are you outnumbered, but you're up against some of the fiercest warriors, and they begin bombarding you by flying the manticore overhead and dropping huge, heavy boulders on places. Your mother finds you and says, "You must help. Your father is incompetent in warfare, and with him leading the armies, we will surely fall. You have to go and help them."
Of course. I'll, of course, go help father.
So as Dragos, rides into battle, the battle wears on for the entire day, and still, um, you know, no progress has been made on either side. But then suddenly, Zima falls in battle. It's unclear what her fate is, but Dragos fell with her and comes crawling, limping back into the fortress, bloodied and beaten, and lets everybody know that they have to flee, that the army is breaking, and that the invaders will be inside within the hour. And quickly, things are assembled for your companions and your sister to flee for their lives.
Oh, I'm glad we kept the horses.
I'm so confused. I'm like, wait, we have to go help Dragos. I can't leave him.
I don't know. We can't fight this war for them. Told you it was dangerous just coming inside you.
Dude, I'm so fucking confused. Oh geez.
We can't get him, but maybe we can save his family. I mean, we would have had time to study the map while he was with his mother and stuff. Maybe we can get an escape route.
Oh yeah, you guys have an escape route that you can take. There is a escape tunnel in the castle that leads just outside the city, um, but it's always barred from the inside, which is why you guys couldn't use it to get in before.
In order for me to leave this place with Dragos like fighting,
I
I'm
don't.
gonna
This is very weird, man. I don't understand any of this.
yeah, I wouldn't leave, I think. Honest, like I would need to be dragged out of here to leave.
He wants to fight for his family.
Yeah,
We
and
can.
I don't like it.
Maybe
I just assume you have your other character ready so you can escape us out of here.
Well, maybe I
Yeah,
think before
Right.
we do that, maybe we cut the session here and then we discuss what is going on outside of the game with between Dragos and the DM, and then we could figure out kind of a more uh solidified approach to the situation, because I feel like
Well, we had already discussed this beforehand, so
We didn't discuss any of this. We discussed something entirely different. I don't know.
Well,
This is not.
I assume that you're leaving, right? That's what you wanted to do with your new character, though, was to leave here, right? You didn't.
Yeah, no, the character was supposed to leave, but I didn't expect. Whatever, man. We can talk about it later, but it's basically the end of the game.
okay, maybe we pause. I think we should end the session here. I mean, it's up to you, DM, but I think we should end the session here. We should kind of discuss what's going on a little bit.
okay. Uh, so anyway, as the armies are you know at the doors and forcing their way into the city, um, you guys have enough time to get your things together and make your way out. As Angelica is leaving, her mother whispers to her that she will always be with her and that she was born, for this moment, that her mother had dreamed this dream since she was a little girl and had her specifically for this moment, and that soon her destiny would be revealed and she would fulfill it. And so, with that, we draw to a close for this session. I want to thank you guys for playing. I want to thank anyone who's watching. And as always, everyone, good gaming.